business as usual here on DSP Gaming. We play games, we have fun. If you guys like it, you support it. The week is going slow, tough through it. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now, but I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow, it gets to me. My life is ruined, this is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my right now. A full podcast booked, full gameplay streams booked, everything's booked. Everything's booked. Can't do anything crazy. And I don't even have enough to buy groceries. It sucks. The week is going slow, tough through it. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now, but I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow, it gets to me. My life is ruined, this is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my right now. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Phil, how are you doing? This is how I'm doing.
Look at mom. Who is buying your DoorDash, baby? Who is paying?
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, you know, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. You know, it was, oh, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. You know, like I'm happy with who I am.
Squeeze the peel.
In my mouth,
Tasty banana
in my mouth,
I need banana.
in my mouth.
Tasty banana. It comes in denim. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana.
In my mouth,
Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana.
put banana in my yum yum. Tastes like cum. Robust, shove it in my butt. Tangy zip, safe to swallow. Tip. Yummy. Thanks for the money, gummies. It looks so funny.
Squeeze the peel.
Why are you guys talking about tasty banana song?
Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Tasty banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana.
Put banana in my mouth.
I need
Yum yum.
squeeze
In my mouth.
I need squeeze the peel. I need
In my mouth.
I need
Yummy.
squeeze the peel. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Tasty banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. Squeeze the banana. It comes in denim.
I would sing the banana song right now, but I don't know the banana song. I legit don't know it. What is the banana song? I don't know how it goes. I would totally sing it right now because it's actually pertinent, but I don't know how it goes.
Meerkat Mall. Who?
There we go. So I got a cloud lifter for my microphone, and also when I was talking before in my other live streams, I didn't realize how low my audio was because I would see it fluctuate a bit on the mixer. So I thought, oh, my audio's going through and stuff like that, but clearly I didn't have the volume up enough. All right. I want to talk about Star Wars and Disney Plus and whatnot. I've got IMDb up right now here. There's quite a few reviews. Some of them are middling. Some of them are pretty bad. This 1 out of 10, so bad I canceled Disney Plus. 1 out of 10, complete garbage. 1 out of 10, it's over. Any fan could do better. Garbage. Man, just not for me. 6 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Jenna filled mess. There's quite a few stuff here. So, I think there's 1 or 2 positive. A teenage soap opera in space. I made an account just to rate this junk. Jar Jar Binks was a museum masterpiece next to this. 1 out of 10. 3 out of 10. What happened to the $180 million it cost to film season 1 of The Acolyte? I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube. Oh, here's one. 8 out of 10. Solid start. Production values closer to Andor than Obi-Wan. This series works a good standalone project that doesn't require a load of fan service connections to enjoy. This is first live action attempt on Disney era in the Disney era that is removed from the Skywalker era, and it's a refreshing to watch a Star Wars story that doesn't need a I remember him moment to carry the story. Well, that was the same way with Mandalorian. Like, Mandalorian has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. So, first live action attempt in the Disney era that is removed from the Skywalker era. Yeah, although season 1 of Mandalorian had nothing to do with Luke. Then Luke did show up in season 2, so, and then Book of Boba Fett. Not so much in season 3 though. Andor. Ahsoka. Trying to think this through. I haven't seen Ahsoka yet, so I have no idea on that one. Oh, hello. I just saw your chat there. Hello there. Yeah. Obi-Wan definitely had to do with Skywalker Saga. But I've seen a lot of videos on Obi-Wan, and I can't remember if I actually watched it or not, if I had Disney Plus at the time. I don't think I ever actually reviewed it. Spoiler review for episode 3, which I will probably end up spoiling anyways, but whatever. Now, I haven't seen The Acolyte, but like I said, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Now, let's look at the UMDB score. 3.9 out of 10. That's actually pretty low, but yet it's popularity number 1. Huh. That's interesting. But I think it's also because 37,000 reviews. Yeah. Bridgerton, 180k reviews. 7.4, that's not too bad. Fallout got an 8.4. I do have Fallout on Blu-ray that I plan on watching and reviewing at some point. Game of Thrones, that got a 9.2. Okay. Even with what I heard with the last season, that wasn't that great. But House of the Dragon, I heard that one's actually pretty good as a prequel. Alright, the critics must be crazy. The Acolyte is just another mediocre Star Wars show. And they put Star Wars in quotes, which is kind of funny. And this is by Eric Kane. Now, I think he also did a review on Rotten Tomatoes. So all critics is 86%. Top critics. Usually when they try and, I don't go back and forth here, but usually they'll do top critics as their go-to, but because the top critics is lower than all critics, they're going with all critics, which is kind of weird. Still certified fresh. Let's see these top critics if we can get. Forbes. There's Bloomberg. Variety, USA Today. The Daily Beast. I would think. Huh. I would have thought he would have been a top critic. There's Eric Kane. Let's see his full review. Oh, that is. Oh, okay. So that just goes to his article. Okay, the critics must be crazy. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This time it's Star Wars acolyte that has aroused the profoundly odd sensibilities of the professional media class. That and the broken aggregation system that is Rotten Tomatoes. The latest show from the House of Mouse is fine at best, but you wouldn't know it pursuing the internet. Behold. Now, there's the Rotten Tomatoes score, 93 and 39. Well, let's go back. It is now 86 and 18. So it has definitely dropped since episode 3 came out. So, yeah, even the tomato meter on the critics side has gone down. It's not looking good for this show. I'm probably never going to watch it. Usually what I try and do is I buy them on disc from China. That way I don't really give money to Disney or Disney Plus and stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm not getting that one. That's a wide divide. There are many reasons for it. We'll get there momentarily. First, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Seriously, it was a long time ago, 100 years before the rise of the Empire. The Acolyte takes place in the High Republic's final days, just before the long era of peace and prosperity came crashing down into turmoil and strife, at least partly thanks to the arrogance of the Jedi Order itself, partly too thanks to the mysterious new villain who we can only hope turns out to be Darth Plagueis. Yeah, apparently the writer of episode 3 has never even seen Star Wars. So yeah, at least one of them anyways. So there's a good chance that Darth Plagueis is not going to be in this. I think 100 years is too far back anyways, because Darth Plagueis was Palpatine's mentor. So yeah, Palpatine was the apprentice to Plagueis, so it would have had to have been 50 years or later, 50 or less years for Plagueis, so it's probably somebody else. And yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. It's a cool idea for a new Star Wars setting that before now we've only seen in games, comics, and books. Yeah, I don't know. The High Republic was not very popular. A lot of the books didn't sell very well at all. And the comics and the games. I can't think of a game that is set in the High Republic era. Jedi Fallen Order and stuff like that with Cal Kestis was after the fall of the Empire. Or no, that was during the Empire. Right. It was set around the same time as The Mandalorian to some degree. No, before The Mandalorian, because they were still hunting down Jedi. So no, it would have been during original trilogy. Yeah, because I'm getting my timeline a little mixed up. Because the Mandalorian takes place after um, Return of the Jedi, after the fall of the Empire, and after Star Wars Battlefront 2, the events that happened there, which was immediately after the fall of the second Death Star and stuff like that, with Iden Versio and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. We've been stuck in the Skywalker era for so long. Even a show like Andor, which has no Jedi and never mentions the Force or Luke Skywalker, still takes place within the years of the Imperial rise and fall. It's a breath of fresh air to see a Star Wars show actually branch out. Yeah, but you could say the fall of the Republic and the entire time of the Empire is Skywalker Saga, and then even after the fall of the Empire, you could say Skywalker Saga. So I think you're kind of stretching it a little bit there with Skywalker Saga. I don't really see Andor as part of the Skywalker Saga, but whatever. Unfortunately, the Acolyte retains many of the franchise's worst habits and does next to nothing with a new setting that makes it actually feel new. This could be set 2 years before the prequel trilogy and nobody would be the wiser. Yeah, the only difference is what I've seen is the costumes. Because the Jedi costumes are a little bit different than what you see in the prequel trilogy. They're similar, but there are some definite differences. So you can kind of tell that, at least from the Jedi, that it is a bit of a different time. But yeah, I wrote a review covering the first 2 episodes of the show before I'd watched the next two. You can read that right here. I'll catch you up on the story without too many spoilers. I was tentatively optimistic after 2 episodes. I've become decidedly less so after 4. Quite frankly, even on the final 4 episodes of the season turn out to be fantastic, the first 4 will hold it back from greatness. And how often does a series get much better on its second half? Yeah, I did have some issues with like Mandalorian season 3 with a couple of the episodes, but I thought overall the season wasn't too bad. Yeah, I was dragged down by a few episodes, but I still enjoyed it. Season 1 and 2 were good. I didn't mind Book of Boba Fett, but I did go back and watch Mandalorian after Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, they definitely scaled Boba Fett back quite a bit, and I've heard it said, and I'll say it here, that he was almost like a side character in his own TV series, which was kind of dumb. I don't know why they did that. Meanwhile, it was called Book of Boba Fett. And who knows if there'll be a season 2 or not. There probably won't be. But yeah. Disney and the show's creators still have billed the series as a darker delve into Star Wars. Critics have echoed this sentiment, calling it a show that makes bold choices. Inverse says the Acolyte is an experimental, galvanizing, standalone story that establishes a new caliber of what Star Wars TV can do. Galvanizing, new caliber. Yeah, if you... maybe a 1mm. Sure, a new caliber, why not? A 1mm. Galvanizing, yeah, no. Gosh, we must be watching different shows. Elsewhere, we get such quotes as The Acolyte presents in its first few episodes a dashing adventure of mystery, action, impressive fight sequences, and a cat and mouse game that keeps you intrigued from one episode to the next. Showrunner Leslie Headland has what were best known as the co-creator of the Netflix series Russian Doll, breathes new life into the Star Wars universe with The Acolyte. Leslie Headland has created one of the best Star Wars series to date, making it a character-driven revenge story over one relying on copious action scenes, lightsabers, battles, or legacy characters to drive the series. But there is a lot of lightsaber. Well, I guess not so many battles, but that one guy that I've seen, he ignites his lightsaber out on a whim. Again, I feel like I'm living in an alternative universe. Reading this one is one in which being a critic no longer requires you to be critical, but rather rewards you for simply liking the right thing and disliking the wrong things. One of those quotes gushes over this impressive fight sequences, while another says it doesn't rely on copious action scenes, but really the number of reviews calling some version of a compelling mystery or riveting thriller, or Star Wars has never done this thing before, simply boggles my mind. None of this is even remotely true. I say this as someone who has been mildly entertained by the series so far and will gladly watch the next 4 episodes. But really, you have to be realistic about these things. The only ground being broken here is the cemetery where they bury our hopes and dreams. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to read from this article. I think you get the point. And then episode 3 review of the most disappointing Star Wars episodes ever made. Now this just came out a couple days ago. Episode 3. Yeah, I read the title. The 3rd episode of Disney's Acolyte is an embarrassment to the entire franchise, though the same could be said for so much Star Wars these days outside of Andor, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Here's one exchange between 2 characters in the latest episode. The Jedi are bad. No, the Jedi are good. Okay. Later, the same 2 characters, the twin protagonist antagonists of the story, are as children in the flashback episodes say to one another, "What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?" Wow. That is some stellar writing there. I want to ask Disney the same question. What have you done? The entire episode is a bad joke. We learn that May and Osha lived with their mothers in a society of witches, all of whom are female. It appears they were conceived using the Force or something. Force using witches are also apparently frowned upon in the galaxy. They called the Force the thread. I'm getting dark side vibes here, though I'm also getting the sense that this show will try to be all edgy and make the Jedi out to be the bad guys, which we've seen play out about half a dozen times in this point. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go check that. There's the Wikipedia. I was almost going to go through that, but I think I'm going to cancel that. Okay, give me a moment here. I will throw up the... Be right back.
Hey, stupid! I have depression, you dumb fuck. I actually have it. I know what it feels like, alright? So, if you disappeared today, no one would care. I have depression. I know what it feels like. I actually have it. Dumb fuck. I know what it feels like. That fuck. Slow day, all day. I'm depressed. Record low views. Thumbs down. I'm depressed. I have depression.
Alright, I'm back. I want to make sure that's still... Yes, it's still okay. Audio's still good. I just got a text. And there was nothing important, thankfully. It's just weird getting the text. Okay. I will minimize that, and I'll throw my headset back on. Even though there's no real audio, but at least for when I have music going, I can hear the volumes and stuff like that. But anyways, one of the Acolyte's most enticing selling points is that it's the first live-action Star Wars show that exists outside of the Skywalker saga, set 100 years before The Phantom Menace. This might lead one to believe that the show would be a refreshing change of pace or tone for the franchise, but unfortunately it actually looks, sounds, and feels just like any other Star Wars show, like the other Star Wars shows, at least in its first 2 episodes. This isn't an inherently bad thing, of course, at most, as most of the Star Wars live-action shows have been quite good. I beg to differ, but The Acolyte has a lot going for it, with a great premise, an intriguing central mystery that reveals itself in captivating fashion, some rock-solid performances, but it feels like there was a missing opportunity here to lean into the aspects of the story that lead themselves to more tone-specific genre storytelling. Story centers on a Jedi trying to capture serial Jedi Ender out for revenge, and the show opens with the masked assassin confronting Jedi Master Indara, which is Carrie-Anne Moss, face to face, and where else a good old Star Wars cantina / bar ensues as a fight scene that feels like a breath of fresh air. With breathtaking hand-to-hand martial arts choreography filmed tastefully so that all the elegant strikes, parries, and counterattacks are readable. I've seen that fight sequence a few times on YouTube. Yeah, it doesn't really fit Star Wars. Yeah, kicking off the series in this way recalls the opening fight from Kill Bill. There's even a shot of a horrified child at the end, but that was a lot less, but with a lot less blood and frankly a lot less tension. Overall, the scene sets the tone for the rest of the story in explosive fashion. Yeah, I don't know. Does it give? Yeah, here's Bernard's rating, 3 out of 5, so it's middling. I don't know. That's enough of that. Really, full page ad or full screen? Well, whatever. Star Wars Acolyte Episode 1 and 2 review. Star Wars Acolyte promises something new, but it left me feeling empty. I've been checked out of Star Wars for quite some time now, more or less since Palpatine infamously somehow returned. Okay, I've kept my eye on the discourse that came with every subsequent project, and from what I've seen, it's mostly been Disney showing pictures of characters people know and everybody clapped at it. The Acolyte was supposed to be different, a new series unconnected to the Skywalker story set in the Golden Age of the Jedi. Unfortunately, the first 2 episodes are anything to go by. The Golden Age of the Jedi are boring as heck. Yeah. On a basic level, Acolyte is about 2 twins who are separated at a young age. They should say the Acolyte is about a pair of twins who were separated at a young age after a terrible tragedy saw their hometown burned to the ground. One, Osha, found her way to the Jedi Order before quitting and becoming a mechanic, an illegal freelance mechanic. The other, May, seemed to have fallen in with some kind of dark entity who trained her to use the Force. Neither knew the other was alive, but they figured it out pretty quickly when May decides to go on a Jedi ending spree and Osha gets arrested in her place. Osha ends up reconnecting with her old master, Saul, portrayed by the excellent Lee Jung Jae, and the two begin to investigate May's ending Rampage. It's an interesting idea that the characters and world are all sufficiently fleshed out, but it doesn't really come together in a way that feels right. It's hard to explain why, too. All the pieces are there, and I can't point to anything that I thought was explicitly bad, but it just doesn't work. Yeah, what I've heard is like the acting isn't that great. Um, what else? Some of the scenes are just cringy, and some of the dialogue makes no sense, and they even contradict themselves in various lines and stuff like that, which doesn't make any sense either in the first 3 episodes. I think that's all I'm gonna read. So, is there a score on this? I don't see one. No. Now this goes into episode 4.
This is an automatic reading of the article, The Acolyte Episodes 1 to 4 Review, Female Force of Pride. The Acolyte is, simultaneously, both the sort of show many Star Wars fans have been craving and the kind of show some others feared would be the endpoint of Disney's ownership of Lucasfilm. It's completely unbound by Skywalker saga continuity, save a background cameo by Plo Koon, set in an entirely different time period, and although it ties into several comics and novels, it does not depend on any knowledge of them. It is also unapologetically female-centric and features the most significant openly queer couple in any live-action Star Wars media. It's no accident that the show's release ties in with Pride Month, and it's going to make a lot of people happy, while a vocal segment will inevitably, unimaginatively parrot the South Park specials line about Kathleen Kennedy. Not repeating it here. Use Google if you must. Star Wars shows have a pattern of changing course midway, so please keep in mind that this review covers 4 of the 8 episodes. What would Andor be without its prison section? So far, however, it's off to a better start than any of the live-action Disney Plus shows since The Mandalorian. There's a tendency to blow most of the budget in the first episode, and The Acolyte avoids this, spreading the wealth around to create an open universe in which anything seems possible. Given what we see on screen, it clearly features heavy CG, yet if it's using the volume rather than locations, someone with better eyes than mine will have to be the one to detect it. Disney Plus has the best bundle in the business. Sign up today for access to Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Learn more. Sign up. Support superhero hype via affiliate commission. Matrix Reloaded. Budget isn't everything, of course, but the first episode opens on a sweet spot sequence that mixes Western, martial arts, and the inevitable spin on the franchise's trademark creature Cantina. Amandla Stenberg's May, in purple and black robes and masked as if for a pandemic, confronts Jedi Master Indra, Carrie-Anne Moss, with, let's just say, wildly differing opinions on an event in their shared past. Words make way for kicks in a battle that consciously evokes Trinity's first big action sequence in The Matrix, albeit with roles reversed. It ends with May on the run in the Jedi's most wanted list. When they catch up.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot easier than me having to read it out. But it's funny that they mentioned Matrix Reloaded, because Carrie-Anne Moss is from The Matrix and stuff like that, so she would have some familiarity with the martial arts and that, and in the Matrix series, being Trinity and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That's another problem, is they're stealing stuff from other franchises to make this, like, when Star Wars came out in 1977, there was nothing else really like it on the big screen. Now Star Trek did come out around that same time, but that was on the small screen, but it was much smaller budget and a lot less special effects and stuff like that. But it was it was different. Lightsabers were very different. New technologies were developed for that movie. New ways of doing practical effects and filming them and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Um, a lot of stuff came out of that, and then Lucas, of course, made the oh, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. There was some new stuff that we saw in those movies, but it's rare to see something new in a Disney Plus series, and there was nothing really new thrown in the first two movies of like the Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. Well, I guess that was kind of the diadem or whatever the heck it was between um, Kylo Ren and Rey and whatever that whole thing is, or I forget what they called it, but uh, yeah, I don't know. I did see The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in theater. Force Awakens, when I first saw it, I didn't mind it. I kind of liked it. But when I saw The Last Jedi, even from the opening scenes, it's like, what the hell is this garbage? It's not what I was expecting. Like, I was expecting a good Star Wars movie, and my expectations were definitely subverted. And that was pretty much the goal of Rian Johnson. And yeah, who knows if he will still get his trilogy or not. But those bombers made no sense. They should have used Y-Wings. Like, they would have had access to Y-Wings. It's just so much. And I haven't really made many videos on it and stuff like that, expressing my opinions. And one thing that also killed my enthusiasm that I found out in more recent years about The Force Awakens is that Starkiller Base was actually Ilum, which was the main planet that Padawans would go to get their lightsaber crystal to form their first lightsaber and stuff like that. And I didn't know that at the time. Let me see. I want to pull that up. Yeah, this right here is what really was the nail in the coffin for me for Force Awakens. First Order military base located on the ice planet of Ilum in the unknown regions, commanded by an unofficial triumvirate of General Magus Artemage Hux, covering Captain Phasma. Started with a super weapon capable of destroying entire star systems halfway across the galaxy. The First Order viewed this ability as evolution of the planet, destroying capabilities of the Galactic Empire's Death Star designs, with the weapon serving as an ultimate culmination of old Imperial research into dark energy translations and hyperspace tunneling. Yeah. Like, if it was like an old Empire base that was, or like an old Republic base that was on some other planet in the unknown regions that they discovered, or something like that, that the old Empire used, or something like that, then was planning on using, but it was just left abandoned. That would have made more sense. But the fact that it was Ilum that had been converted by the First Order, that it takes a long time to build something like that. Like, you would think that the New Republic would have figured out what they were building, and the planets that the system that they destroyed, I thought was Coruscant and the surrounding planets in that system. But thankfully, J.J. Abrams was told he could not destroy Coruscant and stuff like that, so he had to make up some planets that they moved the New Republic headquarters to and stuff like that. So at least that much, but still, Ilum was still an important planet. Now, there are other planets that you can get kyber crystals from, including Tatooine and some other planets that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but thankfully there is still a way to get kyber crystals, so it is still possible for Jedi to rise again and make lightsabers and follow the path of the Jedi again. But yeah, Ilum was one of those planets that it was in abundance. So that sucks. And then, yeah, Last Jedi, I didn't like from the word go. It was just absolutely terrible. And then I didn't go to the theaters to see Rise of Skywalker. I sailed the high seas on that one because I didn't want to give Disney money. And thankfully I got a link to a site that I don't remember now how to access or what it was or anything like that now, but it was very helpful. Now I have seen all 6 movies, and I think I reviewed all 6 of them on the channel. I'm not 100% sure, but all 9 movies, I mean 9. Unless I didn't finish that, because I did have Disney Plus for about, I had one free trial, and then, or one, no, it was $2.99 for my first month. Then I let it go for another month. Then I canceled, and then I think I got it a second time for 1 month, so that I could watch some other Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I can't remember if I've seen Kenobi or not, because I've also watched a lot of YouTube videos that go over the whole plot and stuff, so I feel like I've seen it, but I may not have. I haven't finished Andor yet. I got to episode 7 or 8, and then I kind of stopped. I trying to think here. Oh, actually, what I can do right now is pull this up. So I am going to close that. Is that it, or is this it? Hang on. No. Ah, it's this. Should be that. Oh, I gotta change the settings. Oh, come on. Oh, I showed it earlier. Okay. I gotta do this on the fly. Bear with me here. What I might do is I might just do display capture. Oh, I gotta resize it. Alright. So this is what I have. This is on DVD. Then I have also Book of Boba Fett. So this is season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian on DVD. I also have Book of Boba Fett. It says the complete first season. Who knows if there'll be a second season or not, but I do have that. And it's funny how it shows Boba Fett front and center, but yet he might as well be as far back as his fire spray. Slave 1. Then I got Mandalorian season 3. Wasn't too bad. There, like I said, there were some aspects that I didn't like, some episodes, but overall I thought it wasn't too bad. Then I've got Andor. And then I've got Ahsoka. It's still sealed. I haven't had a chance to open it yet or watch it. But at some point I will watch it. And review it. I've heard that it's kind of mid. There's some okay stuff, some stuff that's just not making sense and stuff, but I'm not the kind of person that steers away from spoilers. I don't mind spoilers. If somebody would tell me the whole synopsis of an entire episode or even an entire season or entire movie, if it sounds good, I'll still watch it. Ahsoka, I've seen Rebels and I've seen all the Clone Wars except for the newer seasons of the Clone Wars that are only on Disney Plus. I have up to season 7 with the lost chapters and stuff, but I have that on DVD. I have all 4 seasons of Rebels. I think there's one episode I accidentally skipped. That's the episode where Kanan dies, and I haven't seen that one. But all the other episodes I've seen. But yeah, from what I have seen of Ahsoka on YouTube, it's weird how they tie it in with Rebels, but then they kind of don't. Like, there's some things missing here and there, which is kind of weird. Even though it's by Dave Filoni and he did Rebels and Clone Wars, you would think that he would keep things in continuity. And also, I think somebody said that, oh, you don't need to watch Rebels in order to understand Ahsoka, but yet, in order to understand what goes on in Ahsoka, you kind of do have to watch Rebels. Because, I'm forgetting characters' names, but Ezra, you don't know who Ezra is. And you don't know what the Purrgil are, even though they do show up in season 3 of Mandalorian, kind of, when they're in hyperspace. But you don't know what they are. It's in Rebels that explains what the Purgle are. Um, yeah, it's a mess. Um, uh, I think I think I saw Rogue One in theaters as well. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think I also saw Rogue One in theaters, and then I've tried to watch it since. I just can't sit through it because of how it ends. I can't be sitting there watching this movie and knowing how it ends. It's kind of pointless. Yeah, there's the scene at the end that is pretty awesome, but like the rest of it, like it's pointless almost. Um, because if you haven't seen it, like, yeah, it's like a one and done. I do have it on DVD or Blu-ray or something like that. Um, I tried to watch it again on Disney Plus when I had it. I couldn't watch it. I tried watching it when I had it on disc, which I still have it on disc, but like I'm not sure in which CD wallet it's in right now. But I tried watching it on my PlayStation. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I had an easier time watching Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker again than I did Rogue One, and I actually like Rogue One better than those two, but still, I just can't sit through it. It is a better movie. It's better put together. It makes sense, and it does fit in quite well with New Hope and stuff like that. So it's almost like episode 0, or no, episode 3.5. You could kind of say, because it does fit in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope quite nicely. Obviously, it's set several years after the formation of the Empire, and just a couple years, or no, right close with the Battle of Yavin. So maybe, or yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty close. It's closely tied with A New Hope. Yeah, they did a good job on that one. But yeah, what else did they make? There was something here. Oh, what is this? Cosmic Book News. The Acolyte Episode 3 review. Boring, drawn out, nonsensical garbage. Rumors are right. Star Wars is dead. Oh, wow. They gave it a 0. Ooh, wow. Uh, even use you swear a bit in this one. Wow, okay. They really don't hold anything back. Yeah, I don't think I can read this article. Uh, uh, Let me see if I can add this to. There we go. I put it in the description. Nobody's viewing this right now, so nobody's in chat. So otherwise, I'd put it in chat. Viewing this right now, so nobody. Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. I can close that tab. So the Cosmic Book News article right here is in the description of this live stream. So if you wanted to read this yourself, you can. It's best that I don't, because I don't want any issues with YouTube. Ooh, hang on. What's this one? Act like views underperform on Disney Plus, falls short of Ahsoka. Yeah, they've been on a downward trend. And also, there's a lot of people probably watching it out of morbid curiosity. There was... was something that I saw earlier where I could actually watch it. It showed up on Google if I could find it. See if it shows up here. I don't see it here. Where is it? I forget what it was called. Okay, there's that, but that's not what I saw. Yeah, I watched the Echo Base Network. That's what kind of inspired me to make this live stream. Because I don't really talk a lot of Star Wars on this channel. I'm still technically a Star Wars fan, but I'm very selective of what I want to watch. Where did it go? There it is. Really? Wow, a lot of this is not appropriate for YouTube. Damn it, Tubi. Search one thing, a whole bunch of other stuff pops up. Okay, no. I did see another streaming service. I can't find it now. That had the Acolyte. Is this it? Battlestar Wars. Okay. Oh, wasn't this one? Ah, this was it. Was this it? Okay, this is not it. I found something, but it was you needed Amazon Prime Video in order to watch, but it had Okay, I have no idea. I can't find it now. I found it when looking for the Acolyte stuff. I don't know where it is now. I'm not going to go through my history right now either. Um, unless, hang on, what I can do is I can do this. Now let's go to my history. Oh, it did show up on one of those links. Okay. Alright, now I can show this. So it's chilimovie.com. But you need Prime Video to watch it. It's got a bunch of stuff. But what I want to do is search. What have we got? That one, the original Clone Wars, Andor, Battle Star Wars, okay, Clone Wars 2008, the movie, and then the TV series. I do have the movie, which is the basically like the pilot for the Clone Wars. There's another movie? Okay. And the Clone Wars 2024, Rogue One. Okay, that's Galactic Pals. I don't know what that is. Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Revelations. What is this? Huh. I have never heard of this. Came out in 2005. Huh. And it disappeared. Okay. Star Wars Uncut 2012. Star Wars documentaries. Alright, well, there's some stuff here. Clearly they are legit if it's on with Prime Video and stuff like that. But there, if you don't have Disney Plus, that's always an option. chilimovie.com. I don't think I'm going to go through the rest of this article. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the Acolyte's the most popular, but I don't think there's a whole lot, except for House of the Dragon. Okay, House of the Dragon hasn't premiered yet. Season 2 premieres on June 16th, and today is the 13th, so in 3 days. Okay. Interesting. So that's not out right now. Doctor Who. Oh, I've been hearing a bunch of stuff with that. Grey's Anatomy. Is it still going? Okay, let's go to season 15. What's the latest episode? Season 21, episode 1. See, season 20. Okay. That was May 30th. So that was a couple weeks ago when that premiere, like when that season finale came out. Okay, when is this one coming out? Season 21, season 21, episode 1, 2024. Okay, it doesn't say when it's coming out. But yeah, I'm surprised that's still going. Young Sheldon. Okay, that ended this year. Breaking Bad still on here. Okay, number 24. TV 14. Yeah, I thought Star Wars was meant for kids, but still enjoyed by adults. Well, I think I've been running on long enough. But yeah, I'm not gonna see The Acolyte. I'm not gonna buy it on disc to see it. I don't care. I'm not gonna get Disney Plus to see it. If there's something that comes along down the line, and maybe I'll subscribe for a month, or I'll do something else to see it. But yeah, I might stream again later, like an hour or two, if I feel up to it, and actually stream a game. I got Skull and Bones on a deep discount, so I'll possibly stream that if I feel like it. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed this stream, and have a good one. Let me find a good song to end on here. Alright, thankfully there was no ad. Alright. Have a good one.
Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. You motherfucker. You are fucked. Let this clip this one, bitches. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
buskin'. 30, 40, 50, sissified boys, I'm from the bottom. 30, 40, 50, ass busters. Ain't no clapback videos. Why? What is it that serious?
But I need boys. Please, the creator. Bless me, but I need boys. Please allow my boy sperms to go fast and shoot fast enough. Go fast enough. Please, please, the creator. Please bless me.
Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
Bloodshed and bullets.
You are fucked. And you are done. I'm coming for you.
They all sold. Dog. 30, 40, 50, punk ass bitches. I'm the one.
Coming for you. You are fucked. And you are done.
Dog.
I'm coming for you. Coming for you.
30, 40, 50, punk ass
Coming
bitches.
for you. Coming for you.
There may be some gunfire. 30, 40, 50, sissified boys.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. It's like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. The electric bill. The internet bill. The condo fees. My mortgage. My taxes. My back taxes. My current taxes. My state taxes. My federal taxes. My tax attorney. My tax guy. My tax accountant. My bankruptcy lawyer. All of my credit cards. My new setup. And a new laptop. PS5. Gin. Bowl of ramen. WWE champion. Pimp, we get a big ups to Darcy DeFlo and add a song to the playlist. No. What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Only mic was on. It's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. Turn it up. Turn up my neckphones. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, Jamie? Yo. Good to see you here today. Are you ready for this? Yo. You know what time it is. Yes, Jay. It's time to go. Shout out to all my niggas Sahara from Guadalajara, Akihabara. I'm cruising in my blue Corolla. I need that money to be a high roller. Trapped and made and control her. She's crying downstairs. I have to console her. Swimsuit model with eating disorder. Spent $200 on her DoorDash order. Yo, just a fucking crook with a fucking crooked jaw. False flagging out channel with my puppy dog. I committed fraud. And I got low teeth. I'm a low teeth god. False flagging, mundane maggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a faggot. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Arnold. Phil's a nigger. Right? How do you say? Brunel's a nigger? Right? Very nice. Alright. Let us continue. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance to save the best streak. I'm going full mask off. It's not that deep. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I got 2 big bills coming next week. One more chance left to blow. You ready? 8 time go. 8 time flow. They thought I fell off. No. Like a prime D rose, I be dunking on these hoes. Turn you into T-part, striking a T-pose. So let me tell you now what the story is. They call me ESP. Notorious. I'm cruising and wrenching, fast and furious with my homie pastor Eric Miller.
He's quite curious. They don't have nearly what it takes to be a man. And since I took their manhood, that's mine now, so I ain't giving it back.
My trolls are always watching me, waiting for another disaster stream. They won't even give me a piece of peace or like a whole fucking team locking onto my stream like a detractor beam. I can't get through. I'm sober. I'm losing my mind. And I'm losing supporters. Detractors are bending me over. Just another knot in this Ludwig world order. And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into Dark Dave's mirror and all of my fears and all that I see. The raw DSP. Bottom feeder, cult leader. It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just how time flows. Until it time go. It's gonna take years of effort to try to dig myself out of this fucking hole. It really is. And it sucks. I hope that someday I'll get out of it. I don't know if I ever will. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life.